Beth's going to come down and just go live for...
Huh?
Beth is going to come down and go live for Reagan, since she's not here.
Okay. Oh, was Reagan one?
She's sick again. She's like every year she's sick. Anyone's interested in second or thirds, feel free to go through the line again. And we'll go ahead and we'll get our kids ready and lined up here in just a second. If you want to take care of dishes and put those in the trash. If you're done, if you're still eating, feel free to keep eating and I'll talk while you eat. Our littles would be done. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Even if you're eating, keep on eating, that's okay. But we'll start with the little ones here in a second. So anybody that is here from DK and kindergarten is going to come over here by Mrs. Crone and she's going to get you lined up. And while you're doing that, I'd like to take a second to say thank you to some very important people that helped make this Spotlight Breakfast awesome today. A big round of applause for our food service people back there. I don't know, they probably can't hear us, but they're waving. Okay. And they do an awesome job. I get too nervous, so I can't eat. I just go around and talk, which is what I do when I'm nervous, I guess. And then I have to eat afterwards because it's so yummy. Some other thank yous go to the Thumb Bank and Trust for sponsoring this. They pay for all of our food and supplies to put this event on. Thank you to the teachers that nominated the students and wrote up the wonderful things that they've said about each child. Thank you to Mrs. Esch. She keeps me organized. She does all of the printing of all of these things and the name tags and all of that. I just do the decorating part. That's my piece. And then a thank you to Mr. Seagroves. He's floating around here somewhere. Maybe he probably had breakfast and he's out of here, but he's recording it for us today. And so, I don't know if he's in here anymore. He was over there, huh? Oh. Anyway, he's going to record it. We're not going live today, but he'll record it and he'll put it on and share it on our Facebook feed, or our YouTube channel for the school. And so if you have somebody else that would like to watch it, you can definitely do that later on. And then a huge thank you to the families and the parents and the grandparents and the aunts and the uncles and all the people that are here to celebrate the kids today. We're super excited that you could be part of this event. And it looks like Mrs. Crone has got everybody ready over there and we're ready to roll. So what I'll do is I'll call the student's name and they'll come across our pretend stage here today. And I'll read the nice things that your teacher said about you. And then I'll shake your hand and give you your certificate. And then you'll go around the fake stage here and you can go and sit with your families. And then we'll move on to first grade, okay? So we're ready for Miss Summer Smith. She's first. Right on over here. All right. I am nominating Summer Smith for the Spotlight Breakfast. Summer is a hard worker and is always giving 100% in the classroom. She's willing to try new things and is very brave. She has a positive attitude towards her classmates and other teachers. I'm very lucky to have Summer in my classroom. Keep up the hard work, Summer, from Mrs. Dom. Good job. All right, the next one up is Aubrey Talaski. I am nominating Aubrey Talaski for the Spotlight Breakfast. Aubrey is a hard worker and is always giving 100% in the classroom. She has a positive attitude towards her classmates and teachers. She's willing to try new things and is very brave. I am very lucky to have Aubrey as a leader in my classroom from Mrs. Dom. Across the pretend stage here. All right, next is Leo Alonzo Garcia Cruz. And we're going to do something special. I'm going to read it in English first, and then Mrs. Seagroves, we need to thank her too. She jumped in on the fly. She's going to do it in Spanish for us. All right, you ready? It is a pleasure to have Alonzo be a part of my class. He is also one of the first to help others when they need it. He's always considerate of his classmates' needs and feelings. Alonzo does his best to stay on task and helps remind his classmates to do the same. Alonzo has excelled academically and is always working to be his very best. He also helps brighten up our mornings with his smile. Alonzo is a joy to have in class. I'm very proud of his hard work. Keep it up from Miss Fibrans.
Es un placer tener a Alonzo como parte de mi clase. Él es también uno de los primeros que ayuda a los demás cuando lo necesitan. Siempre es considerado con las necesidades de sus compañeros y sentimientos. Alonzo hace todo lo posible para mantenerse concentrado y ayuda a recordar a sus compañeros de clase que hagan lo mismo. Alonzo se destacó académicamente y siempre está trabajando para ser su mejor. También ayuda a alegrar nuestras mañanas con su sonrisa. Alonzo es un placer tenerlo en clase. Estoy muy orgullosa de todo su trabajo. Bien hecho y sigue así, de Miss Fibrans.
Thank you, Mrs. Seagroves. All right, next up we have Aubrey Crone. It is a pleasure to have Aubrey in my class. She is kind, caring, and empathetic towards her classmates and peers. She brightens up my day with her smile that is always on her face. Aubrey has excelled academically in my classroom and is always working hard to make new strides. I can tell that she loves to learn and come to school. Aubrey has come out of her shell a lot this past year. Her classmates would call her a great friend. She watches out for them and rushes to anyone's side when they are upset. She has done a great job this year. I'm so proud of her and all of her hard work. And keep it up, Audrey, from from Miss Vibrance. All right, Matthew Galahavich. Matthew is a wonderful student and such a pleasure to have in class. He is a wonderful friend to his classmates, too. Matthew comes to school every day with a smile on his face and ready to learn. He always does the right thing and leads by example. I've enjoyed getting to know Matthew and watching him grow daily. He's passionate about learning and always demonstrates hard work and eagerness to learn new things. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for him. Keep up the great work, Matthew, from Mrs. Korleski. Lila Reibling. Lila is the hardest working student that I know. She always tries her best in all that she does and has the will to conquer all problems with her amazing problem-solving skills. Lila has a happy-go-lucky and fun-loving personality that is contagious. She is considerate and kind to everyone and has a heart of gold. She is always doing the right thing. I've enjoyed watching her grow so far this year and surpassing goals daily. I'm so proud of all of the leaps and bounds she has made and cannot wait to see all that she achieves in the future. Lila strives to be the best student that she can possibly be. Keep up the great work. I'm beyond proud of you, from Mrs. Korleski. All right, we have Emery Schultz. Emery tries her best every time she walks into the classroom. She has pushed herself very far this year and has made such great progress. Emery is also a kind and compassionate friend who often helps others to solve their problems. She works well with all of her classmates and is a very respectful student. Keep up the great work, Emery, from Miss Simpson. Rayleigh Ballman. Rayleigh is both a very good friend and a very good student. She's always willing to help anyone who needs it, no matter how big or small the problem is. Rayleigh works very well with others and has very strong problem-solving skills. She has also grown academically throughout this school year and strives for greatness each and every day. She is an absolute joy to have in class. Keep it up, Rayleigh, from Miss Simpson. And this person we're celebrating in kindergarten is from the third marking period. We had a few people that couldn't make it that day. So we're going to celebrate third marking period spotlight student, Paisley Schweitzer. Paisley is a very kind soul. She is such a good friend to all of her classmates and does what she can to keep everyone happy. She is also a great student and strives to do her best each day she walks into the classroom. Paisley has a love for learning and further developing her knowledge. She is also a student many of her classmates look to for help. Paisley does everything she is asked immediately and makes sure her classmates around her are doing it as well. Keep up the great work, Paisley, from Miss Simpson. All right, we're ready. I just love the energy, right? I feel like I can do this now. All right, first grade, we are ready to roll. And we've got Jordan Nickerson. Jordan is such a happy kid and wants to share his joy with others. Jordan always has a story to share. He is compassionate and sincerely cares when others aren't happy and does his best to help cheer them up. Jordan will gladly invite and include others to play with him at recess. He's a good friend to his classmates. He's working hard to be successful in the classroom and to be ready for second grade. He has made great improvement in his decision-making skills. Keep up the great work, the hard work, Jordan, from Miss Hicks. All right, Owen Chappell. Owen is an outstanding first grader. Owen wants to be successful and works hard in class, even when things are difficult to learn. And he's ready for second grade. He has a never quit attitude and gives his best effort every day. Owen is always willing to help his classmates when it is needed, and he's a great friend. You will often find Owen to have a big, friendly smile on his face. I don't know, he looks kind of serious right now. I forgot where I was at. Right here. Owen loves math and is helpful to his classmates in this subject. Keep up the great work, Owen, from Miss Hicks. Next, we've got Charlie Steinman. Charlie has been a wonderful student to have all year long, and I am so glad that I got to have her in my class. She always has a positive attitude and works hard to try her best each and every day. Charlie makes sure that she is following our social contract in her classroom and is an awesome example to others around her. She has so many wonderful qualities, including perseverance, problem solving, a good work ethic, and kindness, just to name a few. Keep up the amazing work, Charlie. I know you are going to do amazing things. From Mrs. Parker. Next up, we have Rylan Gay. Rylan is such a kind and agreeable young man. He works hard to show kindness to others, and his smile just lights up our room. Rylan has a great work ethic and tries his very best even when things get hard. I have not seen him give up on a problem that is difficult yet. I am so glad that I got to get to know him this year and look forward to seeing the wonderful things that he will do as he continues to learn and grow. Keep up the great work, Rylan, from Mrs. Parker. Landon Dubsinski. Landon is kind to others, is always smiling, and passes his happiness on to all of his classmates and teachers. Landon has a great sense of humor and often leaves us laughing in the classroom. He's helpful and has genuine concern for other students and teachers. If you need your floor swept, Landon is the man to call because he will make sure that the room is spotless. Landon, way to earn Spotlight student. Amazing job from Miss Popham. And our last first grader is Miss Emma Polak. The Z-side. I want to say Polaks because I knew somebody that was a Polaks, and then she's like, that is definitely not right. So I've been practicing Emma. Emma is a sweet and mighty first grade girl whose efforts are noticed by others. Her kindness, her willingness to work hard, and her daily practice of treating others respectfully are a few of the things that make her a great classmate. She does her best in class and always has her work done on time. Emma can be counted on to be honest and responsible, and it's just an absolute pleasure to have in class. Emma, congratulations on being Spotlight student from Miss Popham. All right, on to our amazing second graders. We have a second grader that we're celebrating from third marking period, and that is Addison Smith. I think you were on vacation that day, weren't you? Yeah. She didn't take the principal with her, but we'll forgive her. Addison is a great girl to have in class. She is eager to help others, students, when they need it. She is efficient in completing her work and has done a great job with her AR goals. She volunteers in class when questions are asked and is quick to share a story. She also has a great smile to warm up the day. She definitely has a great future ahead of her. Keep up the good work, Addison, from Mrs. Fritz. All right, our next second grader is Kennedy Bismack. Kennedy works very hard to always do her best work. She puts extra time and effort in completing assignments. She's doing awesome with her reading goals too. She loves to help out in class and when others need assistance. She is great to have in class this year, and I can always rely on her to do the right thing. She does an awesome job volunteering and participating in class discussions. Kennedy has a great future ahead of her. Great work, Kennedy, from Mrs. Fritz. Our next second grader is Alexa Diaz. Alexa works hard in class and is willing to do whatever is asked of her. She works hard on her reading and spelling each week. She is quiet, but she has a great smile. She listens well and is a great friend to her classmates. She always has a positive attitude when it comes to school. I am proud of the progress she has made this year. Keep up the great work, Alexa, from Mrs. Fritz. All right, our next second grader is Allie Fritz. I would like to spotlight Allie Fritz for being an outstanding student. Allie is a very hard-working and kind student. I really like how she always tries her hardest in class, especially when things get challenging. Allie never gives up. I am so proud of how hard Allie has been working in math. She is always ready to solve problems and volunteer. I hope that Allie continues to work hard and continues to be a Laker leader. Great job, Allie, from Mrs. Gordon. All right, our next second grader is Hoyt Licht. I would like to spotlight Hoyt for always being ready to learn. Hoyt has an amazing attitude when it comes to learning in school. He is very kind to everyone. He is also a very hard-working student. I love the curiosity that he holds for learning. I'm so proud of how well Hoyt is doing in all subject areas. I especially like how he has taken a great interest in social studies and math. He is a true inspiration to all. Congratulations, Hoyt, from Mrs. Gordon. All right, our next second grader is Gwendolyn Buchholz. Gwen is an amazing student. She works hard at improving every single day. She sets weekly goals and strives to meet them. She's a good friend to all and always cheers on her friends. She has the best sense of humor and enjoys laughing. She is a talented athlete and enjoys playing basketball. Gwen comes to school every day with a big smile on her face, and we are very lucky to have her as a Laker student. Keep up the great work, Gwen, from Mrs. Freidling. All right, our second grader is Owen Gino. Owen is such a talented young student. He is thoughtful and kind to his classmates. He's always amazingly talented as an artist who excels at drawing and sketches. He loves to solve tricky math problems and doesn't give up until he finds the solution. He tries his best and keeps going. I often hear Owen encouraging his classmates to do the same. Owen follows direction and is an excellent listener. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Keep up the great work, Owen, from Mrs. Freidling. All right, moving on to third grade. We have a third grader who's not here, but mom's over there going live from Laker Elementary cafeteria. Correct? So I'll talk to Reagan Dunn. Reagan is a wonderful person to not only have in class, but to know. She is soft-spoken and has only shown kindness in our classroom. She is willing to work with anyone and works hard to make sure that she is doing her work well and getting it turned in. She is very friendly, and she usually can be found with a smile on her face, especially after talking with her friends. She is a kind-hearted person and is always very respectful. Continue to show the willingness to learn and always be kind. Keep up the great work, Reagan, from Mrs. Galahavich. I told Mrs. Donald she had to come up here and shake my hand and get the certificate, but I guess she's not listening today. So, all right, we are ready for Miss Mia Kluger. Mia is a soft-spoken girl who has a lot of spunk. She always comes to school with a twinkle in her eye and a smile on her face. She loves to joke around and is usually pretty happy. She sometimes struggles, but she never gives up. She is such a hard worker. She is always willing to wait for a friend or to pull one into play. Mia is very helpful in the classroom and does her best to understand the material. She asks questions and is very polite. Keep up the hard work. You're going to achieve great things and never give up, Mia. Great job from Mrs. Galahavich. I like her shirt. Girls can do anything. Next up is Carson Maxwell. I like to trick Mrs. Crone every once in a while and see call somebody else's name Carson. So. Carson is one eager student. He comes in every day ready to learn. Carson approaches everything with determination and gives 100% effort. He understands what it means to have integrity, and I can count on him to set the example for the rest of the class. His passion for learning is contagious, and I enjoy watching his excitement as he takes on different challenges. I think he loves learning almost as much as he loves football. Is that true, Carson? You love learning as much as football? Okay. It's probably close, I'm thinking, because he loves football. I am so glad Carson was in my class this year. He is always willing to help out in any way possible. Keep up the great work from Mrs. McIntosh. He's even got the Detroit Lions shirt on today to prove the football thing, right? All right, next up is Ryder Jurgis. Ryder is a leader in and out of the classroom. His desire to learn is very evident, and he is always eager to take on a challenge. He makes great connections with things he's read about in other books and applies it to what we're discussing in the classroom. Beyond the academics, Ryder is also a very kind person. He looks out for others and offers help in any way he can. He takes on a leadership role without even being asked. He teaches and guides others in such a gentle way. I appreciate how he looks out for his classmates. Keep up the great work, Ryder, from Mrs. McIntosh. All right, next up is Sadie Galahavich. I am nominating Sadie for Spotlight Student. Sadie comes to school every day with a smile on her face, ready to learn. She's a terrific helper to all who need it. I know I can always count on Sadie to be doing the right thing. She is kind, responsible, and, thank you, Ms. Cinnamon, and an encourager. She always tries her best, no matter what, and never gives up. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you, Sadie. I know you're going to do great things. Congratulations from Ms. Ruffley. I feel like it might be something in fashion that she does. She's always doing Mrs. Crone's hair and beautifying us. All right. Next up is Mr. Colton Dorsch. I am nominating Colton for Spotlight Student. Colton is such a kind and helpful student. He is very thoughtful and always asking if there's anything I need help with. He's willing to do it. Colton comes to school ready to learn and tries his hardest in all subjects. I enjoy having Colton in my class this year. Keep up the great work, Colton. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Congratulations from Miss Ruffley. All right, next up is fourth grade with Jackson Scharf. All right, Jackson is a great example of a spotlight student. One reason is that Jackson displays a tremendous work ethic. He sets goals and doesn't just stop when he reaches his goal, but he far surpasses them and keeps striving for more. Also, when given a task, Jackson buckles down and gets right to work. He asks great questions and offers great comments to show that he is really thinking about our classroom discussions. Jackson is a joy to be around. When he starts laughing, he can brighten everybody's day. Another character trait that I appreciate of Jackson is his integrity. I know that I can trust that Jackson is making good choices even if nobody is watching. Thank you, Jackson. Great job from Mrs. Orlick. All right, next up is Natalia T-Cat. I recommend Natalia for Spotlight Student for many reasons. First of all, Natalia is a great friend to all of those around her. Classmates naturally navigate to Natalia because of her kindness and fun, loving energy. Natalia also takes her education seriously by putting her best effort into what she's working on so that she does quality work and is sure she's understanding the task she's working on. In addition to her kindness and effort, Natalia is also very helpful. She is quick to volunteer when someone needs a little extra help. Thank you for the joy that you bring to our classroom. Keep up the great work, Natalia, from Mrs. Orlick. All right, next up is Willow Smith. Willow is a great person to pick for Spotlight Student for so many reasons. She has a great attitude towards school, her teachers, and her classmates. Willow is always willing to lend a helping hand to a classmate or to me. This makes her such an easy and fun person to get along with. I'm very proud of how hard she worked on M-STEP, taking her time and being diligent on all of the questions. Because of all of her wonderful characteristics, Willow is a valuable member of our class and of our school. Keep up the great work. It's actually wonderful work. Whoops, wrong word there. But the wonderful work. Great job, Willow, from Mrs. Pike. All right, next up is Paige Sacco. I choose Paige as my Spotlight Student for several reasons. There are so many wonderful things I can say about Paige, but here are just a few of his great characteristics. Paige has a great attitude towards learning and always tries his best. In fact, he has doubled and tripled his AR goals several marking periods this year. He is so fun. He can joke around with me and with Mr. Copeland and has provided many giggles over the year. It has been an absolute pleasure to have him in class this year. Thanks, Paige, for being you. Congratulations from Mrs. Pike. All right, next up is Bowen Long. It is my pleasure to nominate Bowen Long for our fourth marking period Spotlight Student. Bowen has been working very hard on both academics and behavior this year. He is showing improvement in self-control and is a dynamic and curious student. Each day, he reviews our classroom expectations and works hard to abide by them. I am very proud of his accomplishments and believe he has what it takes to be a successful student. Keep up the good work, Bowen. Your future is bright. Congratulations from Mrs. Post. All right, and our last fourth grader is Olivia Gina. It is with great pleasure that I nominate Olivia Gino for Spotlight Student this marking period. Olivia has always worked hard on her academics, and her behavior has always been terrific. This year, she has worked very hard on speaking up and speaking out for what is right. Her leadership skills are becoming stronger each day. She is a positive role model and is determined to encourage others to do the right thing. I love the way she calls her classmates to greatness. Keep being confident, Olivia. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you from Mrs. Post. And on to our fifth graders. All right, first up is Marshall Peel. Marshall is a joy to have in class. He is such a kind and caring individual and works so hard too. I was so proud of Marshall while he was working on his MSTEP test as he persevered through it. And that's saying something, isn't it, Marshall? Because you guys had to take 4 MSTEP tests. That was a lot. Marshall treats others the way he would like to be treated as well. I've never had to talk to Marshall about any behavior issues. Marshall makes me proud every single day. Keep up the great work, Marshall, from Mr. Estelle. All right, next up is Mason Maurer. Mason is a great student. He is always doing what he is supposed to do in class. He works hard, pays attention, and is a great friend. I'm so proud of Mason and how this school year is going for him. He has been so much fun to get to know him better and listen to his stories of what he has accomplished or what he has done outside of school. Keep up the great work, Mason. Nice job from Mr. Estelle. All right, next up is Brooke Schaefer. Ooh, Brooke's almost as tall as me up here. I am proud to nominate Brooke Schaefer for Marking Period 4 Spotlight Student. All year long, I knew I could count on Brooke to be responsible, helpful, kind, generous, and encouraging. Anytime I look for someone to help others or myself, I know Brooke will be ready to volunteer. Many times this year, she has shared treats and things with her class solely because she wanted to. Brooke has a very generous personality. She is a great peer and friend to her classmates and is always willing to work with anyone who needs a partner. Brooke is so very kind every single day to everyone around her. I'm so proud to call her my student. Congratulations from Mrs. Jurgis. All right, next up is Emma Riley. I am proud to nominate Emma Riley for Marking Period 4 Spotlight Student. Emma is a ray of sunshine in our classroom. Did she plan this outfit? Because you knew she was going to say ray of sunshine? No? All right, well, that worked out well. Emma is a hard worker and doesn't give up even when the task is difficult. Emma has a busy life outside of school and still manages to get up each day and do her best at school with a smile and a sparkle in her eye. I know if I have an errand that needs to be done, Emma will do it without fail, and I can trust her to do the right thing in tough situations. Emma has a fun and spunky personality that draws friends and peers to her, and she can lighten up any tense mood. I love how Emma questions anything she doesn't understand and searches for the reasons we learn what we do. Emma has a bright future ahead of her. Congratulations from Mrs. Jurgis. All right. To decide who gets to be next and who gets to be last. Well, I'm going to go with the order that Mrs. Esch gave me and call Brooklyn Jackson next. If Brooklyn were, you got to know this is coming from Mr. Kirkham. He's quite a writer, isn't he? He's very creative, so you got to go with this, okay, Brooklyn? If Brooklyn were on a collision course with a train, I would advise the train to get out of the way. This is because Brooklyn demonstrates demolishes every goal in her path. Throughout the year, I've seen her set a goal, only to watch her quickly overtake and annihilate that goal. When she sets her mind and determination on making something happen, it happens. This is evident in nearly every aspect of her journey at Lakers. In the classroom, she strives to get A's, and she captures every single point. If she decides to read for a play, she becomes the character. If she decides to push past a reading goal, she will absolutely crush it. Amazingly, she hasn't lost any steam while barreling through these checkpoints, for she runs as swiftly at the end of a race as she did at the beginning. Brooklyn's route through elementary has been an inspiring one and blazes a trail for others to follow. Well done, Brooklyn, from Mr. Kirkhope. You see why I have to practice the ones he writes ahead of time? Because I'm afraid I'm gonna mess them up. All right, last but not least, Malin Craig. When I reflect on the enthusiasm, the drive, and the sheer tenacity of how Malin approaches life, it reminds me of the phrase, to come out swinging. Each day that Malin wakes up and comes to my class, she comes out swinging. And academically speaking, Malin hits hard. All year, she has pushed herself to improve on a daily basis. I can't remember a single day when she wasn't alert, focused, and ready to go. Not only is this attitude reflected in her grades, it is also reflected in her participation, the questions she asks, her seeking to help classmates, her avid desire to consume as much reading material as she can, and, most importantly, her complete refusal to just accept good enough. Malin's mindset doesn't stop with good enough, rather she strives to be better. It is this commitment to continuous improvement that sets her apart. Well done, Malin. Congratulations from Mr. Kirkhope. All right, well, thank you for being here. I'm so happy that we got to all come together and recognize all of these amazing students. And we really appreciate all of the help and support and love that you give these students so that they can come here and be their very best. So let's give everybody in here one big round of applause. All right, at this time, we're going to try to figure out how to take a big group picture with no stage. So how would you like to do this? In the back corner there? Okay, so if they'll bring just their certificate, this one, and meet Mrs. Weisenbaugh on the back. She'll get the picture first and she will share it on Facebook. But then you can jump in there and take some photos too, okay? Thanks for coming.